Janeiro, Brazil. And on the other side of the line, I've got Dr. Florian Congoli in this beautiful place. You can see here, this is an 18th century painting, but we are going to switch now to the live view of this palace. This is the Schonbrunn Palace in Vienna, where Dr. Florian Congoli is staying. I'm going to show you a picture of where he is right now. He is at the Gloriette. This is the Gloriette. And from where he is standing, you can see this beautiful garden. Yes. And there is the Gloriette. Yes, he's facing the garden. And we overlook this beautiful palace. This Gloriette, a Gloriette is probably this is probably the best known Gloriette in the Schonbrunn Palace garden in Vienna. It was built in 1775. It was designed by an architect and engineer, Johann Ferdinand Hetzendorf von Hohenberg. I think this is the correct pronunciation. And since we are talking about art and we are talking about engineering and the mix of them, that 1 + 1 is more than 2, it can be anything. I've got here on the other side of the line, Dr. Florian. How are you, Dr. Florian?
Fine, and you? So 1 + 1 makes 5 minimum.
Yes, and Dr.
Depending
Florian, while you're there,
you are. If
I was saying that this was the
science,
this was the work of art of an engineer and architect.
Art, 1 + 1 5, depending on
and here
where you are.
I would like to show you the original plan. This is the original plan of the palace, and you're standing from there, from the Gloriette. Yes, this was this engineer and architect, Ferdinand. Yes, and this is a magnificent view, Dr. Florian. And there we have again Dr. Florian Congoli. So tell us, you had an official visit to the palace today.
Yes, it was magnificent. The only that, contrary to many other similar places, we will not be able to photograph. No photos, no videos allowed. So we've been around the world, even in in Paris, in Louvre, or anywhere, even in St. Petersburg. You are allowed to make pictures. You are allowed to make videos. That's not an issue. But here it was not allowed. So we are looking at the palace. What is here? This here is the Gloria that you very well explained the history. But this is
it's a little bumpy, Dr. Florian.
And an architect. Yes, it is bumpy. So we can think on that. So we go in the upper part.
Okay.
When it is bumpy, you tell me and we stop.
Okay, it's a little bumpy. When you get on the top, we can continue. Meanwhile, I'm going to tell everybody a little more about the Gloriette. This Schonbrunn Palace was okay, Dr. Florian. Well, the Schonbrunn Palace was the residence of many emperors in the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. Yes, there we are. Oh, beautiful view, huh?
Here it is the north part of Vienna, and you can see it here. What we are seeing.
Beautiful. You can see our hotel from here, can't you?
Yeah, our hotel is there.
Yeah, that the tallest tower we see. Yeah, a little to the left, to the right, I mean. Yes, that tall tower we see. Yeah.
So imagine this is a work of an engineer and a mixed up and in an organic with the beauty of nature, with gardens, with the lake, with the palace in front. So this is, what's that art, science, nature brings together, able to, if you know what you are doing, and this is the result. So basically, Vienna all over around here. You can see
Yeah,
the other part.
it's a beautiful view. Now, Dr. Florian,
This is
a
the
very
highest point you
interesting
can
thing.
go.
A very interesting thing, because this was the dining room for the palace, basically. So the palace you saw, you've just shown us, the emperor lived there, but he would eat his
It's
meals
huge.
where you are, and it's a little bumpy again. I think you shouldn't. It's a little bumpy, but this gloriette, it served as a focal point and a lookout point for the garden. Yes, and as I said,
We
it
should
was
not
used
move.
as a dining hall. Yes, and the Emperor Franz Joseph the First used to have his all the meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, at the gloriette where you're standing.
You
You're on
can
the
have
top
some
of it. It was
extra.
adapted. This building was almost destroyed in a bombing during World War II, and it was
Yeah.
rapidly reconstructed in reopened for the public in 1947. Can you hear me again, Dr. Florian?
Yes, I hear you perfectly.
Okay, because it's a little
Do you hear me?
bumpy, we couldn't hear you. So I started telling
I
a
hear
little
you.
more about the story of the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
No, so this is the 1 + 1 makes minimum 5. That's what I was saying. So, but this is a piece of work, engineering, architecture, and art 1975. So imagine
Yes,
synergy between art, science, and technology and architecture can do today. You
exactly.
know, this is the difference. So we are standing on a 1775 structure. It is a beautiful architecture, work of engineer and architect, and mixed up so beautifully with the nature, with the gardens, with the
Yeah,
lake,
and we are showing while you're speaking.
and where you can see all Vienna around.
Exactly, exactly. And we are showing here a
Yes,
painting of the 18th century that represents all this. So we can make like a time travel. You're taking us to the past and
uh-huh.
looking into the future.
Exactly.
A lot. Imagine science and innovations and technology. All this brought us to the world today, and you're showing a living proof of sustainability, because this is sustainability. Preserving history is sustainability, isn't it?
Yes, and you see, so there are garden in the center, but there is a there is like a small forest surrounding. So the nature is preserved. We have a lake, we have a beautiful palace there, and we have a memorial for the war. But this is beautifully done. So
And,
this is a
and
complete.
the interesting thing is, this was designed over 200 years ago.
Exactly. So if we are able there at that time, nobody was speaking about sustainability. Sustainability was an unknown word.
Uh-huh.
So we are speaking 1775. The first word mentioning of sustainability is 1992, and most of the people were not aware until actually this year. This year, people, the professor from Japan that visited me told me that you started sustainable industrial process summit since 2003, and now it's exploding. So you forecasted all this. That's what he told me when he visited in Montreal. So
Yes.
basically, this is another example. This 7075, this is not done having sustainability in mind, but it is a combination. It is a coexistence, a beautiful coexistence between nature and architecture and engineering work. You have a lake,
Beautiful.
you have
Beautiful.
gardens, you have artistic gardens, you have forest in both sides, and we are standing this from the top side, I mean, the top, the highest point where we can see. Actually, on the left side is it's a botanic labyrinth. They told us. I don't know if we have time to go there, but this is a you know fast backwards and fast forward to the sustainability when nobody knew what sustainability was.
So
You are still there?
yes. But this is a fantastic thing because, as Lavoisier would say, nothing is created; everything is transformed, right? So even the concept of
Yeah.
sustainability is evolving, is being transformed, right? And you are
Well,
nowadays one of the biggest
you can be
specialists in
sustainable.
sustainability in the world.
Yeah. Well, in Florian Technologies, we have been sustainable since long time. The whole thing has been sustainable, even without mentioning the name of sustainability. So sometimes it's a but whole it becomes more
Could you say
stronger.
that again, Dr. Florian? It got bumpy. It cut what that sentence. We couldn't hear the final sentence, the last sentence. Dr. Florian? We cannot hear you, Dr. Florian. We're having a technical issue with Dr. Florian Congoli. His at the Gloriette and the Schonbrunn Palace in Vienna. We had a technical issue. This is what we were saying moments ago. Yes, and I was telling a little about the story. Yes, that the story of the Gloriette. And the
Okay,
Gloriette
we're back.
is, well, okay, we've got Dr. Florian again.
So we are on the top of one of the highest points in Vienna. So the signal and data are a little bit fluctuating. So I think we mentioned everything we need to say. This is
Okay, very good. You're still, are you going to cruise the Danube River?
back in the future, back in our
Yeah, we can barely hear you, Dr. Florian. Probably we should
technology,
broadcast again.
engineering, and
We should stream again when you're going to cruise the Danube, right? The Danube River.
yeah,
Do
hopefully.
you have time for
Hopefully.
that?
But yes, so this is a piece of art, science, engineering, technology coming us as a sustainable work from the 18th century, and from here
Yes, it's amazing.
we can say goodbye to everybody, and probably we're gonna have a view from the Danube River from a boat if we are able to do it, if we have enough time.
Very good, Dr. Florian. Thank you very much. And that's it, guys. I'm Mario Liniatis. Dr. Florian Cogoli was broadcasting from Vienna, from the Gloriette of the Schonbrunn Palace.
Gloriette is a monument of the war, of the winning of war. So
yes, it has a monument to just war that was with the succession of the throne of Maria Theresa came the first the War of the Austrian Succession. Yes, succession in 1740 to 1748, and later the 7 Years' War, 1756 to 1763. And as you said, this was built in 1775 to honor these two wars. So our tribute to all the deceased at war. And this is it. I'm Mario Linares, broadcasting from Cabo Frio. Sorry for any technical issues that we might have had, but this was worth it. What a beautiful place. What a beautiful palace. Yes, Dr. Florian.
So just to finalize, because the signal and the data is going
Yeah, now
up
it's getting. Now we can hear you.
So we are the only one in the world from the Gloriette heights here of this monument, treating architecture and beauty sustainable, and that's what it is.
I'm sure of that. I'm sure of that.
Without
I've never
knowing
seen
that
anything
it is
likewise.
sustainable. So then we with this view we finalize, and then we'll be on the Danube River today before we have the meeting at 5:30.
Okay, everybody. See you soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.